Well, it's been over 6 weeks since we moved to 100% remote working, and I know it has been an incredibly intense time for everybody. So, this is the very short version of the paper we are releasing today. As context, the pictures behind me capture some of the places that I've learned and studied along the way, from traditional learning at school and university to a horrifying adventure accidentally circumnavigating the island of Sark. I won't get into that now, but what I did want to talk about very briefly is how the COVID crisis is unfolding. You will have, I'm sure, have seen the shocking figures in the US for unemployment and continuing jobless claims, and these will surely get worse. All of this has accelerated something which I know I've talked to many of you about before, which is what I call the robot revolution and the rapid automation of almost everything. There are many, many changes which have been brought forward by 3 to 5 years, possibly more, by this crisis. For many companies, they have been positive in the sense that they have been able to try things that they might not have tried before, and this is improving, in some cases, efficiency, employee engagement, customer service. But there is a very dark side to this because, of course, productivity gains also mean job losses. So great care is required. What can we do to navigate through these challenges and make good decisions? I see 4 things which we've laid out down the bottom here. The first is to understand clearly what is going on and the shifts. And the key thing here, split the tertiary economy into 2 parts. One, the administrative and clerical part, and the second, caring, creative, cultural, communication type roles. This is what my good friend Professor Jorgen Randers calls the quaternary economy. The tertiary economy will be taken over by machines. All the jobs will shift to where there is care, creativity, and essential human element. Second, accept that this is the new normal. Invest now to reposition your business for the future. Don't try to hang on to the past. Manage it sensibly, but move on. Invest for what's coming, not what lies in the past. Third, we all have to develop new skills. I never thought 6 months ago I would be sitting with a small TV production studio sitting at the back of my office, but that's what this is all about. This is an amazing time to be used to skill yourself up, skill your teams up for the future. This being said, number 4, this is easy for some people who deal with change well and who relish the challenges it brings, but for many it is difficult and stressful. So we must care for people as we go through this. We must think of communities and do what we can to support that. And to that end, we will be launching very shortly our Long-Term Leadership Institute, where we will share openly the award-winning training and development and learning program we have built over the last 20 years. More on that very soon, I hope. Finally, we must all think and act for the long term. This is critical. We must make sure that short-term decisions are driven by long-term strategy and long-term thinking, and not let the opposite happen, which is part of what has resulted in so many companies lacking the resilience they need in this environment. Now, if you find that interesting, in this very busy page behind me, let me just bring up now, we have got 2 fantastic speakers. If I just lean in the middle here, we have Veronica Monroe and Nigel Cumberland joining us on Tuesday next week. That's Wednesday morning in Australia and the Asia Pacific, to talk more about this issue, crisis, creativity and collaboration, and in particular, what are the human aspects of this? What should we all be doing now to help ourselves, to help our teams, to help our friends, our communities, and possibly our children too, as they try to figure out how to deal with this? Both Nigel and Veronica have written great books that have sold very well, and they will have fascinating experiences and perspectives to share, drawn from what they are doing around the world. And that will be presented with my partner Paul Herman from Hip Investor on our new ESGX Live platform. If you want to join us for that, please visit the website esgx.org. If you'd like more on the perspectives piece that we're publishing, visit pottinger.com/perspectives, and there's much more there too. Look forward to speaking again soon. Thank you for joining me.